sure to pack it on your forehead. All right, I suggest you apply it in upward strokes like I am applying this, and the wrinkles and fine lines right here, just pack it on. So one Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Now take a look at what I have here. This is castor oil, and I basically have two types of castor oil. I have the Jamaican black castor oil and I have the regular white castor oil. Now both are made from the castor beans. However, because of the strong smell of castor oil, people tend to shy away from it. But guys, this is actually a very good oil to use in your skincare and hair care product. Now, castor oil is loaded with vitamin E, and it contains a lot of wonderful minerals and vitamins. It has 5 essential fatty acids. It helps to lock the moisture in the skin. And here is a poll for you guys. Do you prefer the black castor oil or do you prefer the white castor oil? Both are made from the castor bean and both will do wonders for your skin. I have a favorite, but I'm not going to say it right now. So today I'm going to show you how you can use the castor oil on your skin to plump the skin, to tighten the skin in the form of a facial mask. I'm basically going to show you how you can incorporate the castor oil in your everyday skincare routine. So if you're interested, continue watching. Now take a look at what I have here, and this is the castor oil. This is the Jamaican black castor oil. However, if you have the regular white castor oil, go ahead and use that. We're going to be using the castor oil to make a facial mask. So to make our facial mask, the second ingredient is going to be some cornstarch, and we're using cornstarch as a base. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of the cornstarch, which is 15 ml. Let's put this aside and move on to the next ingredient. Our next ingredient is water, but this is hot water. Make sure it gets to boiling temperature. Our next ingredient is honey, and honey is great for the skin, which helps to lock moisture in the skin. So I'm going to use some apple cider vinegar in this recipe. This works as a great facial toner. However, it is optional. And take a look at our final ingredient, which is a vitamin E oil. Now to begin, here I have my 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use some hot water. So I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon of hot water in the cornstarch. And I'm going to mix this in. Just blend it, and it's going to be very creamy. And this is exactly how we want it to be to begin with. And next, I'm going to reach for the honey. And I'm using about a teaspoon of honey in the cornstarch. And I'm going to blend the honey out first because the honey tends to take a while to blend out. So I'm just going to mix this honey out. Let the honey melt before the water get cooled. Remember, this is hot water, so it's perfect for the honey. Next, I'm going to reach for my vitamin E oil, and I'm going to pour about a half of a teaspoon of the vitamin E oil in, which helps to lock the moisture in the skin, hydrates the skin, and also help to get rid of wrinkles and fine lines. And now we're going to blend this a little further. And next, before it gets cooled, I'm reaching for the main ingredient, which is the castor oil. And I'm using about a teaspoon of the black castor oil. If you're using the white castor oil, go ahead and use the same amount. And we're going to try to blend this in before it's cooled. Now this is going to take a little while. Be patient with it. Just keep blending. If you have a whisk, just whisk this in. Just very good. And just keep blending. And now this is ready to use if you're not going to use the apple cider vinegar. At this stage, if you're using the apple cider vinegar, go ahead and pour about a half a teaspoon, just a few drops of the apple cider vinegar, and just continue to blend. Now at this stage, this is going to look a little bit watery. So what we're going to do, you can choose to just leave it to set aside to cool. And once it starts to cool, it's going to get thick. If you want to rush it, you can go ahead and use it over a double boiler. However, I'm just going to set mine aside to thicken up. Alright, and then I'm going to move on the other side and show you how to use this wonderful castor oil facial mask for best result. Now here we have our castor oil facial mask, and this is now cooled. Now if when you are ready to use your mask, if it's not as fluffy as this, tip a little bit of a warm water in it and mix. Okay, now for this facial mask, you need to start with clean skin. If you regularly exfoliate your skin, then you could just wash, get rid of the grease, and apply the facial mask. If you have not exfoliated your skin for quite a while, then I have a exfoliator before this video. Go and watch that one, use it, and then come back and use this facial mask. Now once your face is ready for the facial mask, you can choose to apply it with your hands, a brush, or you can choose to apply it the way I am applying it with a little spatula like this. Now you want to apply this facial mask in upward strokes and just paste it on the skin. Be generous with it. Now cornstarch do make a wonderful facial mask because of its tightening properties. So what you do, as I did with the cornstarch, I use it as the base and I load it up with a lot of ingredients, antioxidant ingredients, to make it be more effective. Now a lot of people is familiar with cornstarch for using it in like pies and puddings and stuff like that, but it makes an amazing facial mask. What you need to do is just to load it up with a lot of ingredients like vitamins and minerals and antioxidant to make it a complete facial mask, because it have a really good tightening properties in it. Okay, so the very first time I tried the cornstarch, I do my research, read up on the cornstarch, and found that it was perfectly safe to use on the skin. So I have this friend and she was like, oh my goodness, you are experimenting with all these kinds of things. Can you imagine cornstarch? I mean, you couldn't find something else to try out? I said, okay, well, I like to try things that is going to benefit my skin one way or the other. And it's, something that I think will definitely work, and there's no harsh chemical or anything like it. It is basically just natural corn that they use to make this cornstarch. It just go through a process. So I use the cornstarch and I had a lot of stuff in it. I used like aloe vera gel and all these kind of goodness in it. So when it was all ready to use, she was like, oh, you're really going to use that on your face? I was like, uh-huh. So I sat and I just applied, just as I am applying it right now, on my skin. And she was there watching me, and I think she probably was just fascinated with, the whole application procedure. So she was like, you know what? I'm here already. Can I try that? And I was like, oh, sure. Luckily for me, I make enough for 2 people. And we were there just chit-chatting away, and she applied the cornstarch mask on her face, sat there with it. I think we went over the 30 minutes, okay? And guess what, guys? Today, that is actually one of her favorite masks to use. If you go by her house, you're almost sure you're going to see her with a cornstarch mask on her face, because it does work, okay? And sometimes she would call and be like, what can I put in my cornstarch today? No joke, true story. So guys, don't shy away from using the cornstarch on your face. Just do what I did today by, loading it up with wonderful ingredient, natural ingredient, and apply it to your face and just let it sit dry on the skin. All right, so now that we apply our castor oil facial mask on my skin, you can see, let me come close for you to see what it looks like. And there it is. What is happening right now to my skin? I'm sure some of you might already guess. It is tightening on my skin. I definitely feel this nice sensation going on. And I would suggest when you use it though, you don't do a lot of movement with your face, because it's like you're wearing a cast over your face that is molding your face and shaping it in place. So when you talk a lot, like I'm talking right now, it's still gonna have the crease and all of that. And you don't want it to crease, all right? You want it to just stay in place like I show you here. Like, okay, I know I'm going to stop talking in a few minutes, but I just want to show you. Now, for those of you, if you notice, I put a lot over my upper lips. For those of you who have a lot of mouth wrinkles going across the upper lips, this is really great for you. So just make sure to pat it on. Pack it on under there. For forehead wrinkles, make sure to pack it on your forehead. All right, I suggest you apply it in upward strokes like I am applying this. And the wrinkles and fine lines right here, just pack it on. So once you're done with that, you're gonna sit with this facial mask. The mask is gonna dry on the skin if you keep it on like for an hour. For 30 minutes, it's not gonna be completely dry, but it's gonna dry somewhat. All right, now once you're done with that, you are gonna rinse this wonderful goodness off, preferably with a little bit of a warm water, and then you're gonna pat dry the skin, apply your facial toner, let the facial toner sit on your skin for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you apply your facial serum, your facial moisturizer, and if you're using a facial oil, then you also apply a facial oil. So I'm gonna sit with mine, relax with it. I honestly want to get the full benefit of this today, so I'm not gonna rush it. And when I rinse off, I'll come back and I'll show you the result. Okay. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. And what did you guess? Do you prefer the black castor oil or do you prefer the white castor oil? Personally for me, I'm Jamaican, so I'm a little biased. I prefer the Jamaican black castor oil. Thank you all for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share the video and leave your comments. And if this was your first time watching, look below, you're going to see the word subscribe. I'm sure you want to see more of these videos, so click on the word subscribe and you will be subscribed. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.